Hello and good day. This is the third workshop in a series of 6. It's a continuation of workshop 2 where you are required to complete part of your business model canvas. And now that we've completed the value proposition map and used this information to inform our thinking, which included customers' jobs, which we looked at and reviewed the pains and the gains, helping us to give us a focus on completing our value proposition. We also looked at the channels and routes to market and the type of customer relationships we have or we need to have and the revenue you hope to generate. We now need to take all this information and collate it and move on to the next stage. As already spoken about, we have or should be working towards completing the first section of our business model canvas. This is a part of the organisation or product that is at the forefront. The next section, if you like, is more about the back office or the large part of the iceberg that is normally under the water that very few people actually get to see. So the areas we're now going to look at are key resources, key activities, key partnerships and cost structure. When we talk about key resources such as physical resources, we're looking at the physical assets such as manufacturing facilities, buildings, machines, vehicles, things that we can say is a capital investment or capital intensive. Also you have things such as IT infrastructure, warehouses and possibly logistic infrastructures. These are all classified as physical assets. When we start to look at intellectual resources, these are the things like brand, patents, copyrights, partnerships, components of the business model like databases or systems or processes. Human resources. All businesses require human resources to run the business and they play a vital role in the business. Human capital is important in all aspects due to the fact that the knowledge that people bring, the creativity, the sales, the communication and many other aspects of the business. When we come to look at financial resources, we'll realise that some services and products will call for financial resources or guarantees, or they may need lines of credit to support development of a product or a service. This is where it's important that we remember that we must, and I emphasise must, look at a return on investment against some of the financial risks we may have to take. Key activities would normally relate to designing, making and or delivering a product. All companies have key activities that suit their product or service and the succession planning of any new product that they want to take forward. In most cases, these are normally conducted by research and development to support any succession planning of the company going forward. If your product is an online package, an online learning package that is, some of the things you may need to consider would be an IT platform, the networks, the software, the people skills, the payment models, the type of certification, the certification process, the quality, the standardisation, and there's many other things. These are just examples of things you may need to consider as key activities. Key partners. This is a section that's all about partnerships and the requirement to ensure that your product or service gets to the market. Having the right partnership reduces the risk in a competitive environment. Partnerships are formed to ensure businesses complement their activities to get the product or service to market. Few companies have all the resources to perform all of the requirements to take their product to the market, and it's important that we reflect on the key partners required to take our service or our product forward for the future. Cost structure. Some of the questions that we need to ask ourselves are, what are the most important costs in our business? Which key resources are the most expensive? Which key activities are the most expensive? Costs should always be minimised in every business model. When designing your product or service, you should decide your product or service if it will be a value-driven product or service or a cost-driven product or service, or is it going to lie somewhere in between? Budget airlines typify cost-driven models, whereas luxury hotels normally fall into the value-driven model. It's all about knowing your customers and what they would be willing to pay for the product or service that you're going to provide.